Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in today's AFK journey video, we are going to talk about Sonia's best PvP team. And for today's best PvP team, I will go towards the Sonia Luca combo for a little bit, because I've mentioned this before that Luca is actually a pretty decent PvP character provided you get more support on him. And I do think that Sonia is this unit that goes really well with Luca to support him, to make him the better unit. So in today's video, we're going to feature this team setup and explain how this team works and why this team is good. So I've tried Sonia with multiple different team setups, and she basically works in most strong teams because she makes those carries or makes those units in the team itself a lot better, which strengthens what those teams want to do. So generally speaking, I think Sonia's a pretty decent PvP character, being able to buff up what the carries, what the frontliners want to do with the additional stats, as well as the damage reduction from the link protection itself. So I've tried this with my Iron Almas combo, right, buffing up one carry as well as Iron in my free-to-play account. So I've released a video known as the Sonia Supreme Plus free-to-play performance that you guys can go take a look. So this team is featured on my free-to-play account and is finding decent success on my free-to-play account. So I'll say this is a pretty solid combination, because Iron used to be this character that unleashes the ultimate and then run in the front line and then just die. That's why it's called the Iron Almas burst. If you can't burst the enemy, you just lose the battle, right? But with the addition of Sonia, you have the ability to fight the longer game, because now your Iron's a lot tankier. He doesn't die that easily. He will be healed up more easily through Damien's heal. And on top of that, you have the damage output M from Lily May as well for your whole team to hit harder, right? So that is one way that Sonia made this team better. Another team that you can try Sonia with would obviously be the Mauler combos. So usually good Mauler characters like Odie as well as Shakir, they actually appreciate the buff that Sonia can provide. So the thing about Sonia is, I think you definitely need to run two sustains in the team. So you can either run Hewin and Coco. You can also run I'll say like Mikola as well as Hewin or Damien. Then you can run Mikola as well as Coco. So the reason why I say sustain is quite important is because Sonia is a character that wants the battle to last beyond 36 seconds for the maximum stat buff itself, right? So this is where if you don't have enough sustain, your battles might not be able to last for that long, and that reduces her overall efficiency. So that's why I encourage a double sustain team. So you can run either the Mauler duo, the Wilder duo, or maybe one Mauler, one Scarlita. For example, you can also run one Hewin and maybe another healer, for example like Reina, to buff up one of your carries, or Sonia in general. So I think any form of sustain in the team to let either Sonia or your other allies to last longer will be appreciated. So this is dependent on your bracket, dependent on your hero collection, okay? But for this video, we'll feature Sonia together with Luca right here. So I have mentioned this before in Lucca's final verdict video, where Luca is a character that really scales into the late game on his defensive capabilities, right? But it feels like he's a little bit lacking in terms of team support to make him worthy of the tank of choice. So haven't really found like this uber or decently good team with Luca, because there are just a lot of tanks out there that does his job better without additional support. But right now, with the addition of Sonia, this positioning mechanic in place between the two characters actually benefits each other. So Sonia obviously will be behind Luca, so you always fulfill that one ally behind Luca condition. And on top of that, being able to buff up this physical and magical defense massively benefits Lucca's second skill. So Ruthless Ram over here, I'm assuming this skill actually benefits off the increased physical and magical defense stat, because this only mentions equals to his physical magical defense. So it's not his base, not his current. So I assume that defensive stat buff from Sonia will be able to provide him with more shield value on this skill itself. So that's assumption, but I should be correct, because usually if it's base stat, they will mention a base stat. For example, like Harrock's stat gain itself. Harrock's stat gain is off his own base stat, so you can't actually increase that cap to the stat gain with the stat buff itself, right? So for Lucca's case, more shielding, number one. Number two, right, you will be able to benefit from the massive damage reduction from the second skill. And on top of that, Sonia also has this massive damage reduction of this skill over here, reduces damage taken by 40% for a Covenant member if any other Covenant member is alive. So basically any units within the link will have damage reduction, and that other unit that is not taking damage, or the other unit within the link, will be able to take some damage from that ally taking damage. So this way, you just make everyone in a link a lot tankier. And Lucca is a character that's not afraid to take damage because he's so tanky with damage reduction, with defensive shielding, with the EX weapon shielding right here. So he always gains this shield because you always put Sonia behind him, and Sonia will be able to benefit from the 5% attack boost. And right, you just need one more ally to be placed behind Lucca in order to benefit from the buff on the Ruthless Ram ability. So this will give him more control on top of his quick slam AoE control over here. So generally, this pairing is insanely good in a sense. It makes Lucca a beast of a tank to stand on the front line. So that is the reason why this combo is good. And right, to finish this combo, the carry slot will be the next unit to be linked by Sonia. So ideally, you want to feature one link to a frontliner and one link to a carry, because the Covenant Bond right here not only buffs attack, right? It buffs a shit ton of defense over here. Base defense to 21%. So if you have skill power, which I think doesn't work in normal arena, so you have this base buff of 21% physical and magical defense buff, and then every 6 seconds you get this additional 4%, so 24%, so a total of 45% bonus physical and magical defense over time. So this physical and magical defense benefits the tank. Right, the attack will allow your carry to hit harder. So usually what I'll recommend is one on the front line and one on the carry with Sonia over here. So this will be the recommended combo. So for the carry slot, I actually prefer to use Tasi, because for my other slots, I actually run the sustain characters, Hewin, Damien. Recently, because my bracket has quite a bit of Tailin, I'm actually using Scalita to deal with Tailin, because super duper annoying, like she just keeps on coming back to life and then storm me out. So I use Damien together with Scalita. So Scalita will be placed behind Lucca for the maximum buff on Lucca, and then we have Damien for the heals as well as the disruption. So the reason why I say Tasi is the best is because this team is lacking a little bit on the control side. We do have Scalita's Hammer Slam, but I think if Scalita comes down and use the Hammer Slam, then it's most likely like we are nearing the game over state, right? So like, I don't think Scalita's ultimate is there mainly for the control, it's mainly there for the insta kill. So we need another form of control, which I'll say Tasi serves the job really well, being able to become the carry as well as the AoE control with the Eternal Dreamscape. On top of that, right, when Tasi dies, she actually don't die on the spot. What will happen to her is she will go into the Fluttering Dream state, which means that this link will still be active despite Tasi dying. So this is where I think she's actually really, really good, because you can go in with her, maybe like take some initial damage, die, stay in the middle of the battlefield, and get the buff ongoing, while letting Sonia charge up her energy to use her first ultimate. So this is the recommended best team setup for this combo over here. So if you don't have Scalita, then I'll say Hewin, like I mentioned before, or you can run Mikola as well, because most of these units, they will run to the front line, so they will be able to cross the middle of the battlefield to get the maximum honorary arena buff. So for this one, I'll use Scalita because there's a Tailin here. I need a tool to deal with Tailin. So without further ado, let us start this battle. Okay, so really, really tanky man character here. So he took the full barrage from Paragon 2 Lilime, and you can see him still at full HP. Now we have Scalita shielding the battlefield on the top. So this will provide us with specific protection. And right here, you can see that Tasi just died, but still has the Covenant Bond active. Okay, Talin comes down with the ultimate. Okay, the opponent's Hewin uses the ultimate, slightly unfortunate there. So there is some sustain on the enemy's team. Scalita comes down to hammer. Okay, I don't think the enemy will be sent out. Yeah, because they are still really, really healthy from the Hewin. So that's that. So this is the damage output, right? As you guys can see right here, Sonia delivering quite a bit of damage. So this battle lasted for quite long, because the opponent was running a very sustain heavy comp with double sustain with Tailin. and a whole bunch of stats from the Fresto and Talin Celestial Hypogean bonuses itself. So let's run through the battle. Right, Tasi runs, run in front, takes quite a bit of damage, dies here, but it's fine. She will actually go into the Fluttering Dream, and the bond is still active. So throughout this full duration, all 3 of the units under the Sonia link will get that stat bonus. So you can see them taking like really little damage, because number 1, right, their damage are transferred to the other allies within the link, and number 2, they also have the damage reduction. So the longer this battle lasts, the better it is for this team, right? And one thing about Scalita is also the repositioning. So any way to reposition, such as Sonia's 3x3 ultimate can hit as many targets as possible, is also greatly appreciated. So that's why Sonia is able to hit quite hard to act as the carry for this team. Okay, so for the next match, I kind of want to showcase Vala, but I'm not sure whether or not the Light Bearer Vala core will be sufficient to deal with triple sustain here. Okay, I'll just use Vala just for the sake of it. And right here, we're gonna do this. So this will target Talin to prevent her from using her ultimate. And then since we have the flexibility of a 3 Light Bearer here, we can feature the... Yeah, I think we can feature this Mauler characters. So we use Mikola together with Coco, I guess. So to be honest, since the opponent's a little bit out of position, we could also do a Reina right here. Yeah, so this will actually buff up our Sonia to allow her to survive better. So let's go, let's give this a try. So you target Talin here. So Vala gets controlled. Okay. Coco's ultimate get cancelled, unfortunately. Snipes down the Talin. Okay. Sonia gets the ultimate off, so she should be able to sort of carry us for this round, I guess. Uses the ultimate again. Can we see your ultimate once again? Oh no, cancelled by the opponent's Lily May right here. Reina brings the... Okay, nice. Okay, so Vala actually snaps down the Talin at the back line. Okay. So Talin, if you don't have the answer to her, can get a little bit annoying, but it seems like we did manage to break through. So this is with the Light Bearer as well as the Mauler core. So for this case, it's because the opponent is out of position, so you can definitely use Reina to swap out the unit. But if you don't have Reina, then use Mikola, because most of the units will run in front, so that you will get that honorary Arena attack buff. So this is team number 2. Now let's try another team, or rather let's try out another different combo with this Lucca Sonia combo here. So okay, I think Thinker is a little tough because Paragon 4 against Supreme Plus is a little bit challenging. So I will try to find within Paragon 1 and Paragon 2 range. Yeah, because for me, I need to actually match with a Paragon 3 or Paragon 4. So we'll take on Vinch here. So Vinch here has the same defensive setup. I think for this round we will use Lily May. And okay, I think we want our healers in the squad. Yeah, so we want our healers in the squad. And I think we might want to use Enlightening Spell, because we don't know whether or not we can fight against a Scalita after she charges up. So we probably have to run Enlightening Spell to get our ultimate on Hewin off. So let's go with Enlightening. Okay. Then Lily May as well as Lucca will be the buff choice. So this is with Lily May as the carry. So the reason why we Enlighten Hewin is to make sure the ultimate go off. Then we try to nuke the opponent down as we are casting the ultimate. So right here, as you guys can see, another thing that Sonia does really well is that she does really well in this close and tight space here, because this is where her ultimate gets to do the maximum damage potential. Yeah, so hopefully my limit cancels the opponent's Scalita. Okay, right here I think we should be able to cancel the Scalita's ultimate. Either Torrent or Scalita's ultimate is fine. Yeah, okay, disarm, but the Scalita uses the ultimate, so hopefully my unit survive. Oh no, doesn't look very good. Okay, rush to the back line, sends out Lily May, still still okay at this point. Yeah, this is the Scalita RNG here. Okay, so okay, we are getting controlled by that confining confining cycle here. So let's hope our Sonia actually kills off the heroine. Nice. Okay, so here Sonia might end up to become the hyper carry here. So you can see that Lucca just tanked the full damage output from the enemy team, because throughout this whole duration, right, he's just so tanky. He wins ultimate go through, so my units now survive. Really, really nice stuff. Another ultimate. Okay, disarm on the Scalita, control on the Scalita. Can we bring down the enemies? Oh my god, we are losing in the control battle because we don't have the confining. So Scalita right here. Okay, not a lot of damage. Really, really nice stuff. Okay, nice. We brought down the Scalita. So this battle drew out for way too long, to be honest. This battle drew out for so long. Now we have to deal with the torrent. So I think after dealing with the torrent, we should be good. Yeah, because Damien doesn't do very well alone. So that's one problem with Sonia here. She just runs the van. Like, can we kill off the torrent before the who comes online? Okay, nice. So we managed to kill off the torrent in the nick of time before the Damien comes online. So this is Sonia just being the hyper carry, and look at the amount of damage that both of them took. This is considering my Lily May just died super duper early. So yeah, this is definitely one team combo that you guys want to look out for, which is the Sonia Luca combo right here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more PvP team ideas, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!